Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of English 10 with Miss Colbert.
Woo! That's me.
And I. We are going to go over this week's assignments and things that you have to watch. First of all, thank you for watching our channel. We can't express our gratitude, but we're going to try. Thank you so much for watching. Like, not just for the view counts. It's for you. We do this for you.
Yes.
Here we have our agenda for this week's assignments and things that are being graded, starting with the Google form, which you'll see linked on the Google Classroom as the thing that you are turning in this week for your assignment. However, within that, there's a bunch of other different things, including our English research project description and rubric, which shows you the options for your projects.
Well, as the thesis statement. So in the thesis statement, you submit that in the Google form. So by completing the Google form, you're also completing the thesis, but that is what will show up in your English grade book, is the thesis grade.
You'll also have the option of choosing a project, and going and looking at the project description is really going to help with that. So you can see like, oh, I think I could do this with my thesis statement. Lastly, we have credible sources that we want you to turn in, which should be super easy because you've already done the work in your evidence tracker. Yay! And then we'll have appreciations. We'll come back to this for appreciations. So here we have the Google form. The first part is super, super easy. You need to know that you have to answer all of these questions to receive full credit for the week, which is what you're being graded for in GA. Then we want you to look at the English research project description and rubric that was posted on the Google Classroom and looks like this. And then tell us if you've looked at it, please.
Sweet. So the second page of your survey is going to have to do with actually using and constructing your thesis. So here, right here is the rubric that we will be using to actually grade your thesis. This is also directly related to your senior thesis. So the same exact rubric that you're using 2 years from now in senior year, we're now using as sophomores. So you can read through that. I've also posted a lesson this week that actually walks you through what each one means. And then there is our sentence frame for your thesis. So last week I also posted a lesson on how to write your thesis. So if you're having any problems, just go back to that lesson and there's your sentence frame.
So you write your thesis statement here, and then we want to know which one was most interesting to you, because that may be the system that you want to focus on for your project. So let's say that you were really interested in the economy, unemployment, income bailouts, and the stimulus, and how that impacted our world. Then we want you to think about what you would choose to demonstrate your understanding of that essential question, like how you would show us one of those topics. And the way to do that is by looking at your English research project. So obviously it has the objective. We want you to demonstrate your understanding of one inequity as seen as a result of COVID-19 by choosing a topic from your thesis and answering that essential question through a creative medium. You have some options. Option 1, podcast. So you're going to record a minimum 2-minute podcast discussing and presenting your analysis.
This discussion can be with a partner or individual and recorded on your phone. You can upload an audio file for us. You can do Vocal where you can actually pause, or you could do an iMovie and have a blank screen and make that be your podcast.
The next option is going to be an art piece. So this is definitely more of an individual project.
So you will create a visual representation of your topic through an artistic medium. So that could be a painting, a drawing, a collage, a digital creation that you can design through Google Slides or any other type of website that you know and are familiar with, or any other approved medium. So it's also super clear to us that you've put a lot of thoughtfulness, time, and effort into this project, and it represents the argument stated in your thesis. So the requirements for that are, once you're done with your art piece, you can take a picture of it, and you can submit it through email or Google Classroom.
And then you also are just including a really short 1-paragraph explanation of what you put into your artwork and why you did what you did. And then also please submit a works cited page.
The vlog, y'all already, some of you have lots of experience with this. This is where you create
just a minimum 2-minute vlog where you discuss and present your analysis. You could pretend you're being a news broadcaster. Hallelujah, you're good at that. You could do a video diary. You could pretend you're a YouTuber speaking to your subscribers.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how COVID-19 has impacted our world systems.
The point is, it has to be minimum 2 minutes, it has to be video. Yes, it has to have your face, and you still have to turn in a script, and you still have to turn in a works cited page.
You could do an Instagram account. Now, no, you're not actually going to Instagram and creating a whole separate account, but you are actually going to be completing this template. So each of you can follow this link. Please make a copy, my loves. If you make any adjustments to this document, then it's going to change for everyone. So please just go to File, make a copy, and then you can use your own. Perfect.
So you can see when you go down these slides, you are just putting in a picture or maybe even a meme or an image that really does represent what you are trying to talk about and synthesize with your topic, okay? Each picture does require at least a 1-paragraph explanation for why you are putting that picture in, but then you can also have some fun with this template as well. So the last slide, you can see you can do a comment section. So if you want to work on this project with a partner, both of you can complete your 5 images and paragraphs, but then you can share with each other. And then you and your friend can actually leave comments, make up usernames, the amount of followers that you have. You can even add little different emoji reactions. So
this one you can definitely have a lot of fun with a partner, as well as just show us that you understand your argument with your thesis.
And lastly, you've seen the options that we have. If you have any other ideas or suggestions, then there's a space for you in the Google form to tell us what it is that you would like to do. Just let us know. We'll talk about it and then get back to you with approval. At the bottom of this document, or on the second page of this document, we have a project rubric.
You'll have seen it before. You already saw this part where in order to get a 4, you have to make a personal connection in your project. You have to use at least one piece of evidence from your research that enhances your thesis. Easy. And then for the delivery, you've chosen a creative medium, and your project is neat, professional, and demonstrates a unique perspective and analysis on your topic. So let us know via email or DMs if we can clarify any of that.
And now we're going to be going back to
Our Google form.
Having looked at that project description and rubric, I would choose art piece. How can we help you create your final project? When is the due date, miss?
What an excellent question. Okay.
And the last part of your assignment for this week is to include your credible sources.
Yay.
Over.
Yes. So credible sources, y'all, it's really important, again, that we have the skill to find them and use them. So for each of your credible sources, we are asking for a minimum of 4 that has to do with the topic that you're researching. Okay, so I want to make that super clear. You're not just picking 4 random articles that you put on your evidence tracker. You're actually including the articles that inform your project. Okay, so if you chose like income inequity, then all of your sources will be about income inequity.
Okay, for each source you are including the author, the title, the publication date, the publisher, the title website, and the URL. If you actually remember all of these things, then you know that each of those go into actually completing your works cited page.
So no matter what project you do, you do have to include a works cited page. If you fill out this last part of your form, then that will be very, very easy for you to complete.
And you submit.
All the things.
Okay. I think that's it, Miss Holbert, which brings us to
appreciations.
So
I love this part.
Yeah, this is my favorite part of the week, where we shout out some folks that we know are having a hard time or have overcome obstacles or are getting stuff done. What is it called? persevering through the tough times.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Woo!
I would first like to shout out Mariah and Isaac for getting in touch with me about their GA films. I know that was so like a month ago, but I really appreciate their persistence in making sure that they get credit for the work that they turned in. I appreciate you too. Oh, and you joined my office hours. Yeah, appreciate it.
Woo! I want to appreciate Mauricio, Diego, Mackenzie, Melissa Reveles, as well as Jessica. All of them reached out to me individually about their essays. How can they get them turned in? What supports do they need? I loved it. We had great conversations. And I appreciate all of you and love you and miss you.
Word. I'm going to appreciate next Shaz and Chewy for asking questions and pushing us as teachers and getting their work done. I so appreciate students like you that make me a better teacher. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. The next shout out goes to Aya. She always completes her work with a certain amount of I think like vigor, responsibility, but also respects us as humans. And so I really just appreciate just her overall attitude through all of this. It makes it so much easier for us to, as teachers, keep going, keep pushing ourselves. So thank you, Ms. Aya.
I'd like to give a special shout out to Steph Vargas for her reflections on the evidence tracker, which literally made me look for my fire emoji. Like the connections that she was making, on point. Level 10, yo, level 10. I appreciate you. And not just that, but she's working too. So shout out to all of you that are going to work with your parents, helping out your families, and also doing school. Like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how, but I appreciate it. And you're a superhuman. Thank you.
Final shout outs for me as I finish reading all of the essays. Francis and Karen, your arguments, your thesis, how you explained your reasoning, brought in different pieces of evidence. I was truly blown away. Like, you brought in points I hadn't even thought of and connections between texts that I was like, huh. So I'm very, very grateful and happy that you were able to make those connections. Thank you.
Word. I'm gonna give a few more quick shout outs. My last appreciations are for Evelyn, Melanie A, and Ashley Panduro. Evelyn, thank you for wishing me a happy Mother's Day. You remembered. I appreciate that. Melanie for getting the whole situation sorted out. Got that. And Ashley Panduro, girl, it's not too late. You turned that work in. Thank you for reaching out. You got this. I did. I know who I forgot. Morgan.
That's right.
Morgan, thank you for turning in that assignment that was due 2 months ago. You got it.
You did it.
You did it.
Okay.
All right, y'all. That's all the content we have for you this week. Thank you for watching.
We love you.
Adios, amigos.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Next part. Oh, man. I'm going to have to edit this. I do lots of edits. Obviously, I'm going to edit this part out. Who did I forget? Edit.